Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Hajime no Ippo, Episode 4.
Yes.
Alright.
He had his fight with Miyata.
Yes, and did very well. Surprisingly
All things considered.
well. Like, they went for the whole angle of he does have some innate talent here.
Right.
Like, not a
He turned some
ton.
heads, yeah.
But yes, he got the old coach, the old old sensei, wax on, wax off guy to kind of get him
acknowledge him, you know. Not publicly, of course.
It's funny because the old coach in Megalobox had the same little hair dip thing coming out of the forehead. Did you notice that?
I did. Yeah, I didn't notice that here in Ippo, but Okay,
yeah, I think
for that.
I think that Megalobox, because I know Megalobox is inspired off of the
Ashita
no Joe, but I don't know what the connection was potentially between Ashita no Joe and Ippo. Maybe Ippo.
Sure.
You know,
well,
maybe there's some shared
Megalobox was
there.
all about trying to basically build this nostalgic feel with its presentation overall and stuff.
Right.
So I wouldn't be surprised if it
lots of homages and stuff.
Yeah,
in there.
just to other things in general, you know.
Cool.
So like something like Ippo would not surprise me at all.
All right, well, I'm loving Takamura and Ippo's connection here. Looking forward to Ippo getting to be more, I would say, ingrained into the whole gym boxing culture.
Right, because he's in now. Like he's in.
He's in. He's going to be coming back.
Yep.
And it's going to be awesome. So without further ado, guys, let's get into this. Straight into the opening. Yeah. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
A lot of the times when I see his hair just in like resting position, it makes me think of a buzzsaw.
Nice. That's interesting, right? Like, the whole sport of boxing. that is a funny thing for this kind of opening, you know. But it's like, you know, boxing is this sport that's very, I would say, aggressive, right?
Yeah.
But like, why does one choose boxing over any other sport, you know?
Oh, I see the hair thing.
Oh, the old guy? Yeah, it totally is, right?
I don't know. It's a really good question. And like, you know, you mentioned it being a very aggressive sport, but like, this opening is not an aggressive opening.
It's very happy.
It's just a very happy,
and
wholesome, you know, passionate opening.
Look at Ippo there. He's
a big boy.
Yeah, but the music feels a lot like this, you know, kind of thing. Hopeful, young protagonist. Here we go. Hey, there they are. Whoa! All right, Shadowboxing.
Cool. That was pretty hilarious.
That was pretty funny, yeah. Kamogawa.
You got this.
Ah! What is this? Some Naruto, like, you know?
Is that supposed to be a Naruto reference, or didn't this come before Naruto?
Yeah, I think this came before Naruto, so maybe it's an old reference. Yeah. Yep, I guess so.
yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh no. Oh, someone's about to get initiated. Everything is not Daijobu. No.
Don't listen to anything they say.
Oh, no. Takamura's gonna end their fun. They're like,
Yes.
Their faces.
I called dibs.
You just want to go for Oh! You're all my gophers! That's how you know he likes them, because he's actually, you know, beating up on them. Oh. Sensei. Oh! Oh! What an unrelenting attack! Surely there is no blocking it.
Yeah.
The real miracle is that in all those swings, he didn't touch them once.
I know, yeah.
Getting some shadowboxing, or he's gonna have him be punching his mitts or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, what are you doing?
This seems like when there's like the person that's going out with somebody else that they like, you know, and the other person is like... Okay. Yeah. Awesome. So he's
really
watching how
it.
he's moving his feet.
Oh. Oh, gotcha.
Nice.
And he's already getting tired. Oh.
Is there a bit of jealousy there?
Oh, why is he specifically calling him out? Oh.
He's doing it specifically so he'll be able to train against Miyata, because Miyata's gonna want to beat the crap out of him.
He's gonna drive them both forward, essentially. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the psychological angle, yeah. Dang! Dang. Ooh, there's that outboxer phrase again. Okay. 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 Oh no, I made him mad.
I love how everyone in the gym,
everyone's just like, oh my god.
Everyone was listening into this, you know.
Yep. Yep. He can't sleep. Yeah.
That's so endearing.
Yeah. Ooh.
Was it?
They were freaked out.
なんでそんなに喜んでんですか。そしてつま先に至るまで美しく一直線に伸びたあのフィニッシュはまさに理想のアッパーの形だ。とてつもない破壊力を証明しているのさ。
Oh, okay.
じゃそうはいけないけど、一歩のやつは桁が違う。
Okay.
Jeez. I love how creepy he looks. He's like,
right.
Yeah, you give me something to look forward to, kid.
Right.
あの野郎は意外とデビューするとトントン拍子に勝っちまって、おめえらなんかすぐに抜かれちまうかもよ。
Oh, okay, cool. Now we're getting to it. Okay.
アッパーも混ぜるんじゃぞ。わかったな。
Okay.
そうか。毎日
Yep. That's
This guy's
good.
busy. He's got things to do.
Yeah, you have to be your best trainer. Like,
Yeah.
シャドーボクシング？
ええ、どうすればいいのかわかんなくて。
そうだな。
I get you. Whoa, whoa. They're both cool.
そんな変則ボクシング。
But that was kind of weird boxing. I agree.
いいんだよ。おめえみてえに型にはまったボクシングの。
Oh, that's how they're opposites.
Right.
We have chaos and structure and order. They even divided the colors in the shot.
Right.
kinda.
That was pretty good.
I like how this show is not afraid of being goofy. Like,
Yeah.
ない。何かに向かって
Right. Imagining you're fighting somebody.
対戦相手を想像してるんだ。
yep.
対戦相手は。いきなりものすごく。
But I think that's their goal,
Right.
to give him the image of Miyata so that it encourages him to drive himself faster, you know?
Well, and there was a study done where basically they had people shoot hoops, and then people not shoot hoops, and then people imagine shooting hoops.
Oh.
And the imagining shooting hoops wasn't as good as actually shooting hoops, but it was pretty close.
Wow.
大丈夫ですか。どうやって倒したんだ。全然見えない。
But the thing is that Ippo, as the main character, is the one that'll probably learn a little bit from all of them. The unorthodox bit from Alfred,
Sure,
the
but-
speed.
But they're very
power.
much talking about it as like him having a very specific style. It's kind of like a one-trick pony kind of a thing.
Sure.
It seems like at this point.
For Ippo,
Yeah.
I think it's them just trying to teach him the form. And he'll probably be good in a lot of different ways, but because I thought he was originally going to be all about speed, but
Oh, the leaves! Oh, that's awesome.
ダメだよ母さん。これ僕
the treasures, yeah.
こんな汚い葉っぱが
まったくもう
Oh, is he going to explain it to her?
この葉っぱがきっかけで
Yeah.
Yeah.
僕にだって
I still can't get over the fact that he did it all with one hand.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
欲張って全体を見ようとするからダメなんだ。まずは足から。
nice.
I really like how like focused on the details they are.
Yeah.
こうやって前進して足をクロスさせて横へ飛ぶ。
どうやら俺様のアドバイスを必要。
He's like, ah, it's my moment to be. Oh!
痛えじゃねえかじじい。
小僧がブツブツ言い出すのは自分なりの
That is good.
And that's
yes.
important. Yeah.
結果が出るまでそっとしとけ。
しかしよ。
Yeah, this is great.
I love this.
This is so awesome.
This is so good. Awesome. Just keep the training, buddy. Yeah, you got this.
Little by little.
Whew.
見えた。宮田君のパンチが見えた。
Nice. Now, how much different is he going to be when he comes back to class? And they're going to be like,
yeah, yeah.
どうした？何急ぐんだ？
梅沢君、ちょっと 行くところがあって。
行くところんなもんどうでもいいからよ。
Sorry, I can't.
付き合いや。
でも行かなきゃ。
この頃付き合い悪いね。てめえ最近舐めてんじゃん。
ごめん。
Ah! They're like, wait, how did he? And now he's actually really fast. Like,
ヤシばっか買ってんじゃねえぞ。
they're like, what is he doing? Like, how is he so fast? Nice. Wow, he's getting so much into the imagination that he actually receives the punches as well. Go into the ring. Awesome. Cool. I love it. He's just like
And the buzz is gone.
刺激必殺の武器を封じん限りは
Cool. That was a solid episode.
It really was. Oh, okay. Yeah, it is over.
Because, like, the idea of envisioning and visualizing not only your opponent in shadowboxing, but your goal,
Yep.
like your first goal.
Oh yeah.
And I love how they're actually using Miyata as not some kind of bully or some kind of like, you know, aggressor or someone
Right.
that he's even jealous, really.
And even the actual bullies are being ignored, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be a different person to the point where he won't even care about any of that.
Nope.
Like, it just won't even
yeah,
affect him.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Miyata is obviously being told to kind of step it up. Because Miyata seems like the promising young boxer of the group.
Right.
But now it's like, oh, Ippo's here. We're going to give him his fair shot.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you know...
Make
if
sure
you
you don't rest on your laurels.
Exactly. Exactly. And, you know, on some level, that does kind of create a little bit of a potential divide between them. You know.
Sure, yeah.
But I think in the long run, it'll be actually really helpful.
Oh, yeah.
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 So, cool stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Loving it. Ooh, this was a good episode.
It really was.
It's a good training episode.
Yeah, like, okay, and before I forget, I just want to say that I love the ending for this show. The opening is fantastic too. But like the ending, like they're both so
The song specifically.
yeah, the songs they're so wholesome and positive, but not in a hype way, which is really interesting for a sports show, but also one about boxing, right? You know, with an underdog story like this, it brings out a completely different perspective on it. I feel like, and
That's a
I
good
like
point.
it a lot. Because something like this episode, it felt just very wholesome. Like just watching this kid as he's learning, he's
really
putting in the
did.
work and and doing all that stuff. Even though he's bad at it, right?
Right.
Even though he's really bad at it in some cases, but then there's other areas where he's really good at it. And the thing is, he doesn't know that he's really good in those areas. It's not like he's able to see like, oh yeah, man, I'm so good at this. He just keeps doing his thing, right? It's that dedication without realizing exactly what the results are. Like he sees the growth, like being able to imagine Miyata's shadow and stuff.
Right.
But
he knows when something feels off. But I don't think he knows necessarily when something is like exactly right.
Right.
You know?
And that's But then you'll see these other people that are like, wow, he's doing it.
Like that uppercut form. Whoa.
Yeah.
Takamura just calling him out, being like that. That's good form right there.
And like the whole idea of there's the aspect of sort of like the shonen protagonist that everyone's all like, yes, they're doing well, He has learned well. You can do this, brother. But But here it feels different because they're seeing this person that is kind of a nobody and how the nobody is surprising them and it's weird. It feels like it's kind of teaching little life lessons about the calm persistence, because Ippo is not doing the I'm gonna do this, He's just
plugging in day in and day out.
Plugging in.
Yeah, this seems like the consistency show, where basically Ippo doesn't know what he's doing. He has to ask questions. He has to show up. He has to keep putting in the effort. He has to keep putting in the work. he has to keep remembering those things that he has been taught and hold them tight. I feel like one of the most impressive things about Ippo so far is the fact that he's keeping all this in his head. He's keeping a good understanding and good muscle memory and good just regular memory of all the things that he's been taught. So it's not a thing where he's constantly having to get reminded because he's actually focusing on this. One of the things that, as I'm getting into a completely other side of things with D&D, is I'm realizing how easy it is to forget kind of the basic things about like how certain mechanics and all that work. Where really, if you just kind of focus on it in some way, the memory side of it is a lot easier. So I like that Ippo is like being told specific instructions, like, you know, extend your knee at this thing, drive the momentum with your lower body up, and all this, and it's like, oh yeah, and he just does it. Like, a lot of people will ask questions that are more like clarifying and kind of get too much in their own head with regards to the actual instructions rather than just following them. There's a lot of trust there that I think is really good. It shows in the deference that Ippo shows to all of them by giving honorifics to every single one of them and making sure to very specifically like show that he appreciates everything that they do for him, whereas they're being very casual with him like immediately off the get-go, you know, and even in some ways like he can get kind of strung along by Aoki and Kimura who are trying to mess with him and stuff, and he's just like it's that wide-eyed optimism that is not in and of itself the only thing that's driving Ippo. It's this something else.
One of the things that I love
really
that they did this episode, because I was a bit surprised when they showed that bit with the high school. I didn't expect them to. But the way they did it was very much Ippo's almost completely forgotten about high school. Like, even the bullies, right? When they come up and they're wanting to, beat him up, whatever, right? He can't even really be bothered to think about them. It's just sort of like this thing of, there's this thing I suddenly have to deal with, and he's just like, sorry, I gotta go, and then he just goes, right? It's the idea that, because the episode was spent just showing Ippo training at the gym, right? And then, of course, the little bit of him tossing and turning in bed and being like, I can't sleep, which was just adorable and so great. Because it shows just how much he cares about this, right? But I feel like the very quick bit that they did with the high school and the bullies shows just how much percentage-wise of Ippo's day is spent at the gym. The idea that, like, the whole thing of the fact that he's able to keep all this in his head and remember it, it's like they're building up that, one, it's because it's like a muscle memory thing, right? He's physically doing it. And he's doing it intently. He's not just doing it passively.
And he's doing a lot of it.
But he's doing a lot of it.
Over and over
again. Like this is not something where he goes and trains, for an hour a day and then goes home. Like, this seems like the kind of thing where he goes there, he stays there until he has to go home and sleep. And then that's it. But even then, like, when he was shadowboxing and the old wise sensei with the cane was watching him, there was no one else at the gym. That made it seem like this was late at night.
Yeah, he was basically going to stay until the old man kicked him out.
Yeah. And in a lot of cases, for a lot of gyms, like, I don't know how late the old man would stay there, but a lot of gyms will specifically be like open all night, where you can just sort of come in.
I don't think this one is going to be that.
Who knows? That might not even be a detail that they bother to bring up. But the idea is that he was there late. He was there when pretty much everyone else had gone home.
Yeah, there's a dedication and a determination, but also a consistency that I feel like is really special in his character, in that, one, his life is very simple. He doesn't have much going on outside of his mom's business and school. So when he basically gets the go-ahead from his mom to, it's okay, you don't need to help me with this. He literally only has school, because it's kind of a sad thing, I would say, in the initial bit, that he doesn't really have any friends. But do you realize, like, how many friends he's going to gain through this whole gym thing and boxing? He's going to gain a new family. He's going to gain a whole new set of people. And in some ways, he's going to gain fans. He's going to gain people that are going to be cheering him on. That'll be like,
they already are.
Well, yeah, they already are, but I'm meaning like the school people.
Yep.
School people are going to be the ones that are going to be like, you're doing this, like, go for it. And, even though they're not really friends with Ippo, it's going to be a really cool thing where his passion and his consistency and his hard work that he's going to put into this whole thing will yield great results. And when those results are kind of, obvious to everyone, that's going to be the point where people are like, whoa, what are you doing? What are you doing? And he's just be like, oh, I've been going to the gym.
takes what is it? It takes 4 weeks for you to notice, 8 weeks for your family to notice, and 12 weeks for random people to notice.
Yep.
And the idea that there's this amazingly positive thing that's coming out of something that was negative. Because here's the thing: if he did have friends at school, I don't know if he necessarily would have dedicated himself as much to boxing as he is, right?
Yeah.
Because he'd want to hang out with his friends, and maybe he wouldn't, maybe he wouldn't, and he'd just still dedicate himself to boxing. But then he might lose those friendships, right? So it's the very idea that like this bad thing of not having anybody at school can end up being turned to this incredibly positive thing, because then he really does dedicate himself to this new craft, which then brings along with it all these connections that he's forming with the people at the gym, and all the connections he's going to form with other people as they realize just how much he is applying himself here. I really like Aoki and Kimura's commentary, their comedy, their ridiculousness, their antics. I totally understand why they're in the show. And it's hilarious and amazing, but I also noticed a little bit of subtle world building. They showcased when they did Shadowboxing that they do different styles of boxing. Both of them. One of them is way more orthodox in a way that's not like anyone else at the boxing gym that we've seen, at the gym we've seen thus far. We've noted that what was it, Takamura? He I'm trying to remember what they said about him, but it wasn't they never used the word orthodox with him. And then with Miyata, they called him an outboxer, which is probably its own style in of itself. Which what I imagine it to be is he outdoes them, like he outlasts them, like or he outmaneuvers them.
He outmaneuvers them.
Like
that's
maybe
he's
accurate, like he has more movement and stuff, so he can be far away and then suddenly get close and then be far away again, or something like that.
And then that would mean, I guess, Kimura is the one that is more strict, kind of protect, bang, 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 protect, bang, 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 or something. And then Aoki's just weird. Like, he has a weird style of boxing. And I noticed even when the shadowboxing stuff, he was doing some weird crosses and stuff. And I was like, wait, what is that?
And it's funny because...
I think it was just really cool. So they were everyone's going to have their own little thing.
Right. And they fit that into a super meta comment that... basically just about their shtick and their personality. So it's like, this person's the orthodox person, this person's the unorthodox person.
Right.
They will butt heads.
And they're best friends.
And they're best friends, because of course they are, right? The part with them doing the sit-ups while they're like commenting on like...
as they get up, they're like, oh, yep, he's doing it. Yep. Oh.
That was great.
I love the line of, does he just come made with stamina? Like... Like the idea that the boy Ippo is he comes in all this youthful stuff, but he doesn't have stamina.
Right.
He just comes pre-stamina. Like what the heck?
It's like they're talking about some sort of like kitchen appliance. Batteries included, and it's like, batteries included.
You don't say.
Right.
It's a great funny comparison. And I love also how Takamura kind of has this little bit of possessive thing with Ippo where he's like, I brought him in, I noticed him and all this.
Right.
And then Kawagama, the
sensei,
gym, sensei, he waving his cane around like I'll teach him, because if y'all were teaching him, even a prime student would fail. And they're just like,
like get some ice for that burn.
Get wrecked.
I love the part where Ippo is practicing the shadowboxing and he's doing the foot movements and he's doing it terribly, right? And
horribly.
And Takamura's like, okay, I'll fix this, and then cane, and he's like, nope, don't you do that.
He's mumbling, he's thinking for himself.
Right, exactly. Let him reach a conclusion. But then like all the parts have how they would respond when they would be like, wow, it's doing so amazing, and then they'd see him do something else like the foot movements, and they'd just be like,
or like they all fall down. Don't.
What was that? Because he was like, "Are you gonna beat Miyata?" He's like, "Yes." And then Miyata looks over. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
And they're all just like, ugh.
They'll just collapse onto the ground. And the fact that it wasn't just the sensei, that it was everyone at the gym. Like everyone was listening in, and then this happened.
You know what I think this is, though?
Yeah.
There's a theme throughout everything that the sensei did this episode, and that was what they called the Kawagama magic or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Is that he was building Ippo's confidence.
Yes, with the pads and everything, and
with the pads, with saying that he could beat Miyata in 3 months. You know what he's doing? He's helping him visualize in his mind his future, and saying that you should be confident about your future because I am confident about your future.
Train until your idols become your rivals. Yeah.
But also he's saying, Ippo, I understand that you've got youthful optimism and that's carrying you on and stuff. But in case you hit a brick wall, because you will.
He did this episode.
Yeah, he's like, I want you to have already made the decision in your mind that you will at least give this 3 months with me.
Right.
Because what I think smart kind of coaches like this will do is they'll get their trainees to make micro agreements with themselves.
Yep.
Little agreements that like, yeah, I'll show up here every day. It's like, you're going to show up here every day. I'm going to show up here every day. It's like, say it. No, And then he was like, you're going to beat Miyata in 3 months. He's like, oh, okay. Say it. Yeah, you want to beat him, right? He's like, yes, I do. I'm sorry, Miyata. And he's like, ugh. It's like, he's too dang sensitive to other people's feelings.
Yeah.
You got to just go for it.
Build up that aggression. Yeah.
Bite it. Yeah. Oh, man.
But, I feel like this episode was kind of the episode where they really introduced the sensei, because he was introduced before.
True.
But this is where we really got to see the kind of person he was, and I absolutely love him. He's wonderful.
Yeah, I love his little tuft of hair and his cane. He's just waving at everyone's faces.
Constantly waving it around.
Like waving it around so much that he should be hitting them. But there's no sound, so it looks like he's basically waving it like right in front of their eyes.
I expected them to do something where he was like waving it around, and then suddenly there'd be this, and then there'd be like welts or red lines on them or something like that. You know,
that would be far too anime for this anime.
Yeah.
If you
but then I saw what they were doing, and I was like, okay, yeah, I got it. It's the sort of, bark no bite kind of a thing.
Right.
Right. But
because he probably was an exceptional boxer at some point.
Yeah. Back in his day, 53
did they even
ago.
mention something like that?
I don't know.
No, Takamura is a pro.
Right.
But
I don't know.
Did they mention something?
Maybe.
No, maybe they didn't. Okay, so
one of the things, though,
I think it's just implied, though.
Sure, yeah. But one of the things that was so sweet this episode is when the mom finds the leaves.
Oh, the leaves, yeah.
And like, leaves from the vine.
No.
Yeah, but like that was okay, because this is episode 4, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they are already building nostalgia and making callbacks that aren't in the, like, overused flashback kind of a thing to pad for time, but, like, actually have real narrative weight to them for stuff that's already happened, and helping to galvanize the main character and drive them forward. Like, that's good stuff.
That's very good stuff.
Like, I know this is such a small detail, it doesn't matter, but, like, I really hope that Ippo, like, made, like a little, like, I don't know, like a picture book or something, and like taped those leaves onto one of the pages.
Yeah.
So that he can remember those leaves, and he'd probably have to actually like laminate them or something.
Sure,
like,
probably.
Yeah, but the idea is that
at some point in a long time too, he'll remember those leaves.
Oh yeah,
saying.
Yep, and just think on how far he's come, right? That that simple decision that he made when he decided to just do whatever he had to do in order to catch the leaves with the one hand, right?
Yep. That
he can apply that whenever he wants to any area of his life, and yeah.
That's awesome.
I like this show.
This is a good show. This is a good show. It's starting off well.
Yep.
It's hitting all of its character beats. It's not afraid to have fun. And at the points where it goes serious into kind of getting the hype down as well, it's still fun. It's still fun. So yeah, fantastic stuff. Guys, looking forward to more of this. If you want to see more of this, check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there, watch full-length reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access where you can chat with us about, all kinds of stuff. Or, just whatever. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.